Well, I'm hearing stuff about possible Democratic actions during the speech, and this, I don't know how much of it is true. I would urge the Democrats to understand this is the most critical point I've seen the United States in, and I'm 80 years old. I don't remember. I was born in the day of the Battle of Leyte Gulf. The first kamikaze was on the day I came into this world. And this man is actively trying to destroy the United States. And I think we'll treat this moment with real gravitas. I think we got a very good selection in Senator Slotkin to deliver the rebuttal. But my advice is either don't go or go and sit on your hands and look grim, because the country is in a grim position right now. And I hope the Democrats act like that.
Yeah, the relationship with close allies, Canada. Who would have believed that the U.S. and Canada are doing what they're doing right now because of what the Trump administration is leveling against Canada? The Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, James, just gave a very important speech addressing President Trump directly and the American people about the impact of these new U.S. tariffs, telling Trump, quote, "You're a very smart guy. This is a very dumb thing to do." What do you make of this?
Well, I think that as Steve pointed out, the Wall Street Journal editorial page, you could use them, people are flummoxed, and I am too, because I've come to think maybe Donald Trump hates the United States. It's a very significant thing to have. But look at Mexico. North America, for the past 20 years, has been an economic powerhouse. I mean, if you look at the economic power of Canada, the United States, and Mexico, it's pretty impressive. And I don't know, because to try to explain, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this to Zelensky? Why is he voting with North Korea and Russia and God knows Belarus and the United Nations? And I just can't get it out of my mind that I think this man, it's some possibility. We have to consider the possibility that our president hates our country. People say, no, he's just full of resentment or something, and that could be true. But that does explain why he's going out of his way to hurt the country at every juncture that he can. I mean, to the point of siding with North Korea and Belarus.
You're referring to that United Nations resolution, which the U.S. joined North Korea, Belarus, Russia, and avoiding, didn't want the U.S. under the Trump administration, didn't want to criticize Russia for its invasion, its brutal invasion of Ukraine. Some Republicans are speaking out against Trump's tariffs on goods from Mexico, Canada, and China. Others say they think voters will get on board. Listen to what GOP Congressman Mark Alford said about this. Listen to this.
We all have a role to play in this to right-size our government. And if I have to pay a little bit more for something, I'm all for it to get America right again, to start whittling down this $36.5 billion or trillion dollars worth of debt that we have that's unsustainable.
Do you think that a lot of your constituents feel the same way? They're willing to pay a little bit more?
Well, I think so.
So you famously said, and I remember it because we were all down in Arkansas and Little Rock at the time during the Bill Clinton campaign, it's the economy, stupid. So what's your response to Congressman Alford's claims that Americans won't mind paying the price for these tariffs?
Well, I'm trying to take a deep breath here so I don't come out of my chair and start punching my computer. But as I recall, when he ran, he was going to bring grocery prices down from day one. And he was going to give relief to the American consumer. We're not 6 weeks into this? Maybe not even that. And now I said, well, you might have to pay more, but it's good for your country. Did anybody ever hear that? Then you have in what has to be one of the most colossally, I don't know, funny, stupid, or what's the word to it? The Secretary of Agriculture actually suggests that people grow chickens in their backyards to deal with the price of eggs. So this is where we are. Yes, you're going to have to pay more, but you're going to like it. And if you want to help it a little bit, get some chickens and put them in your backyard. I'm not kidding. Okay, we've seen this with our own eyes. And I'm sitting in this chair just, trying to take a deep breath and say a couple of Hail Marys for strength to not just punch the computer in frustration. But this is where we are, man, and we shouldn't kid ourselves.
It's hard to believe this is going on. And you make an important point, because farmers, the agricultural community in the United States, agricultural states, they're going to pay a huge price right now, because the U.S. exports a lot of farm products to Canada and Mexico, for that matter. But that's going to clearly dry up in the face of all of these tariffs and this trade war that has developed between the U.S. and these two neighbors. James Carville, thanks so much for joining us. Much more news coming up.